We've got high hopes for this contest with these two fighters. Should be a really good matchup. I'm Todd Grisham. Alongside me is Johnny Nelson.
About time, too.
Time for our tale of the tape. It's Heather Hardy, 5'5" tall, with a reach of 64 inches. And standing across the ring from her will be Sophie Alisch, 168 centimeters tall, weighed in at 56.7 kgs.
This is it. This is that fight. This is that argument. I don't know what to expect.
And here comes Heather the Heat Hardy, fighting out of Brooklyn, New York. She's as dangerous as they come, all-out aggressive style. Sophie Alisch. She's one of the young guns, born in 2001, and fights out of Berlin, Germany.
They have waited for this fight for so long, Todd. This is ridiculous.
This bout is scheduled for 12 rounds of boxing. In the red corner, from Brooklyn, New York, here is the WBO featherweight champion of the world, introducing Heather the Heat Hardy. Fighting out of the blue corner, from Berlin, Germany, Sophie Alisch.
So they stare into each other's eyes one final time, touch gloves, and get prepared for battle.
Which fans are going to be happy? Which fans are going to be sad? I don't know, but it's the argument I love.
What a great venue, and what a great matchup. Cannot wait for this one. And that's the opening bell, round one. The straight right just misses. These two fighters are made for one another. They both want a highlight reel knockout. A lot of trash talk between these two fighters. Now it's time to put up or shut up.
You can walk into an arena and be the hero. The pressure, the expectation, the desire from the fans. You can't get away from it. Ignore them. Lock it up. I know it's hard. I can hardly hear you, Todd. You've got to ignore them. Get on with your job.
Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. Those who thought this would be a mismatch, you are sorely wrong.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. She's like a match made in heaven.
Insane action. The jab not finding its target. Good counter punching. Neither one of these fighters want to see the judges' scorecards. You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. Let's talk about the Heat, Heather Hardy, in that last round. And a round that seemed like eternity for them finally comes to a close.
The bell, sometimes it can be the sweetest sound.
That was a great round. You're fighting smart, you're staying ahead. Mix was a bad round, but we don't care. Get out there and win this next round.
The variation is you won't have a clue what's going on. Stay one step ahead, and you will step.
Go back out there and enjoy.
And there's the bell for round two. Well, they got battered last round. How do they turn their fortunes around?
They've had 1 minute to recover. Now they've got to bluff it. They've got to bluff it. They've got to come out now and style it out. Get on the back foot, jab, rest on the jab. Be smart and pop until your legs come back. Then put the pressure on.
Good counter punch. Sometimes when you're fighting a counter fighter, the rounds can get a little boring. You get trigger shy because you know if you throw a punch, one is coming right back at you.
You're fighting a counter puncher, you've got to dummy a shot. Make them react from that, then react then. I know it's hard to think that way, but counter punchers, they're watching your every move, that every twitch.
She misses with that jab. There's a counter shot, and they figure out the combination to this safe.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them more than happy.
Nice slip to avoid the jab. Straight right just misses. Beautiful counter shot. Do you believe what we're seeing? He wasn't ready for that counter. Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. Let's talk about the heat. Heather Hardy in that last round. Talk about a one-sided 3 minutes. We just saw it.
Dominance, without a doubt, made it look so easy.
Okay, focus. You're better than this. I've seen so much more from you. You've worked.
I don't want you to load up. Don't be looking out there for one shot at a time. Set up.
If you box, you will win. Once you get back out there, do your jabs, do your boxing.
On to the third. She's coming off a fantastic last round. Let's see what she's going to do here.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything worked. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
A perfect counter shot. This fighter focuses on those long, straight punches. Hold that thought! Heather Hardy is now dazed. Looks like trouble was averted.
Defense, defense, defense is everything because they got shot once. They know they can get caught again. So for now, just defense. Work on defense, blocking and stopping and shooting.
One punch could change anything when these two step in the ring. Good fight so far. Both of these fighters have had their moments.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
Just when you think they're going to have a lull in the action, we get it heated back up. You couldn't write a script like this. This is like Rocky versus Apollo. The straight right just misses. Well, very close round with 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about the heat. Heather Hardy in that last round. Well, this fight is not going to plan for her. She's got to figure something out. You wonder if her trainer is going to give her some advice here.
Needs a knockout without a doubt. Needs to go out there and think, right, you know what? Next round, you're getting it. You're going to get a kitchen sink.
Win the round.
You're not missing your powers. Okay, so just keep that up. Keep that going. Don't forget the jab.
Here we go in round 4. Who's going to land the first big shot? That corner has got to find a way to get some momentum behind their fighter.
They've had 1 minute to recover. Now they've got to bluff it. They've got to bluff it. They've got to come out now and style it out. Get on the back foot, jab, rest on the jab. Be smart and pop until your legs come back. Then put the pressure on.
She scores with that counter. Can't find a home for that jab. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there would be some more action here. Every time they throw a shot, they get countered. This has been a very competitive round as we reach the midway point.
Perfectly matched. Skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them more than happy.
Defense is not an option for these two. Cannot throw out a lazy jab in this fight. You'll get knocked out. No rest for the weary. Big hook thrown, but it doesn't connect. Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. Let's talk about the heat. Heather Hardy in that last round. I promise you, all three judges here are going to give that round to you-know-who.
As long as they don't get complacent, you think this is too easy. If they keep this same kind of pace up, they've got this fight.
And what you want to do. Now, good work. You were thinking. You were
Doing your thing, you're going to win. Focus. You just need to recenter.
Don't forget the check.
On to the fifth we go. After a really strong round, let's see if they can finish the job.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
Nice counter. In the early rounds of a fight, you'll see two boxers feel each other out, test each other's power, and I think this boxer has decided I can walk through anything that lands.
Some fighters, they think, you know what? My chin's so hard, it's like granite. She thinks her chin is like granite. Some people's are like glass. So she needs to be careful because granite can turn to glass with just one more shot, one more. And then it's a mental thing more than anything else.
Halfway through the round, and there's not a lot separating these two.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. She's like a match made in heaven.
You'd like to see more jabs. Nice defense there, blocking the hook. Nice counter shot. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about the heat. Heather Hardy in that last round. As bad as boxing judging can be sometimes, there's no doubt who won that round.
You can't leave it up to the judges. It's up to you as the fighter. And the cornerman's got to put a firecracker on that fighter. Get out there and get the job done.
Good work. Don't forget the
Their focus, and you will be on top. Boxer. If you box, you will win.
This is the beginning of round 6. Coming off that great round, let's see if they can build on momentum here.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
I think it's safe to say one of these fighters certainly has a significant speed advantage. You can tell who it is.
Let me explain to you about a fast fighter that's got hand speed and footwork. They're relaxed, they're confident, they know they just have to quick burst, boom. In a split second, they've let 4 shots go. Their footwork has got them out of the way. And these guys are so relaxed. And that's why they can maintain this all the way through a fight.
That hook was off target. We're at the halfway point of this round, and both of these fighters have had their moments. Still could go either way.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
She catches and counters. When are we going to see a jab from these two? Jab does not score. A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. Talk about the heat, Heather Hardy in that last round. Well, this is the time that the trainer needs to come in and say something special. This fighter needs to turn the tables in this next round.
Wow, you know, I've been in fights like that. When you're thinking, come on, Bell, ring away. You walk back to the corner like you've just seen the sun.
All we need to do now, mix it up and we'll stay on top, okay? We can throw in those combos and work on.
There's the bell to start round 7. After that last round, something has got to change.
They've had 1 minute to recover. Now they've got to bluff it. They've got to bluff it. They've got to come out now and style it out. Get on the back foot, jab, rest on the jab. Be smart and pop until your legs come back. Then put the pressure on.
Nice counter shot. They exchange punches. We both know who the bigger power puncher is. There's a significant power difference. How would you handle that?
This could be really intimidating, Todd. If you know somebody's got the punch power, someone's got the speed, it can be intimidating. Just depends on how confident you are as a fighter.
Those counter punches have to hurt. The right hook just missed. These two are the perfect dance partners.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them more than happy.
Timing beats speed, speed beats power. Deciding to let it all hang out here in this round. That left hook is blocked. This round could go either way. 10 seconds to go. Talk about the heat, Heather Hardy in that last round. Well, let's see what the corner has to say. She needs some sort of inspiration, a different game plan, something to turn this thing around.
Wow, it's like 2 different leagues.
She's flustered.
Let's go out there and let's reset. Forget about the round.
Just do what you're doing. You're already doing great. Just keep it going.
Now you let her.
And we enter the 8th round. So not the best round, but let's see if they can turn it around here.
They've had 1 minute to recover. Now they've got to bluff it. They've got to bluff it. They've got to come out now and style it out. Get on the back foot, jab, rest on the jab. Be smart and pop until your legs come back. Then put the pressure on.
How much confidence do you build when your opponents hit you with their best shot and you walk right through it?
Work the body, frustrate them, take the mind off the chin, take the mind off protecting everything around that. Work the body, use tactics. Sometimes it's all right to actually outbox a fight and beat them on points.
A perfect counter lands. And just as quickly as the action slows down, it heats back up. Tough to be a judge in this fight as both fighters have had their big moments.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. She's like a match made in heaven.
That hook won't score. A lot of effort being exerted here. Through the left uppercut, but it misses. You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. Let's talk about the heat. Heather Hardy in that last round. Well, there was no doubt about who won that round.
I seriously hope the judges kept their eye on this fight, because if they haven't, there's going to be absolute uproar.
You're switching off, right? You've got me.
Smart, otherwise she'll see it and she'll ride it out. Go out there and
Once you're back out there, get your boxing back on. As soon as you start doing your thing, you're all ready. Start.
And we enter the ninth. Last round, complete domination. Let's see what we have in store for us here.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing, because you've won that hands down.
Stamina is so important for these two fighters because it allows them to use their skills throughout the match. It can all come down to who's in better shape.
What can they change? Can they slow the pace down? Can they hope to knock them out early? What can they do? They've got to concentrate and relax. Because you know what you can do in the gym, you can do it in a fight. They've got to relax.
They need to be careful they don't punch themselves out here. Back and forth they go, neither fighter willing to back down.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
The straight right just misses. How about that time counter shot? Nice lead hook. The straight right just misses. Has to be careful for that. Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. Let's talk about the heat. Heather Hardy in that last round. We'll see how much endurance these two fighters have.
You cannot gas out. If you prepared right, slept right, ate right, and did everything right for this fight, you have no excuse for gassing out.
Great work.
all the way through camp. Get out there and switch on. Get this boxing back.
What's going on? So all we need to do now, mix it up and we'll stay on top, okay? We can throw in those combos and work top.
This is the 10th. How much is left in their tank after last round?
Exerted a lot of energy in the fight so far. Now they're shattered. This is what you call championship rounds. If you have done the work, slept right, ate right, prepped right, I'm expecting you to get through this. If not, if you cheated, the ring can be the loneliest place in the world.
This fighter is not interested in throwing one shot at a time. They throw combinations and they throw them non-stop.
So you're getting in there with someone that's so fast, you're prepared to take a licking, because you've got to get some before you get them close.
They threw the hook, it didn't land. Holding nothing back here in the round. Can they figure out the combination to this safe?
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them more than happy.
Might want to think of holding on here for a minute. Just misses with that uppercut. That right hook won't score. The straight right just misses. This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about the heat. Heather Hardy in that last round. Stamina is always an issue in a prize fight.
There's a lot on the line here.
It was a bad round, but we don't care. Get out there.
Okay, I'm happy that was a great round. You're fighting smart, you're staying ahead. Mix it.
You're switching off. I need you to switch back on. Get focused.
Variation that she won't have a clue what's going on. Stay one step ahead, and you will step.
This is the 11th we've entered the championship rounds. They really seemed to exhaust themselves last round. Let's see what they have left.
An amazing pace and tempo set in the last round. Can you keep this up? Me personally, I don't think that's possible. And if they can, their training, their conditioning would have been ridiculous, like they're in the army. But these guys, if they can keep up this pace, we are in for a great night.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but when you're dealing with someone with so much speed, you've got to get your timing right.
When you have a fight that's got that great footwork and that great hand speed, it's so hard. It's an uphill battle.
And that barrage of punches was too much for Heather Hardy. Thank goodness we've got instant replay. We get to see it again.
Shot from the gods, they say. A shot from the gods.
Feet, but is this the beginning of the end?
Some fighters, when this happens, this can be heartbreaking. Some fighters, it makes them angry. They want to get back into the mix again. I want to know, what sort of character are we looking at here?
Halfway through the round, and she's got an impressive lead here.
Perfect game plan. The thing is, can anybody figure out what to do to change this? It's a perfect start.
Straight right just misses. Nice counter shot by her. Good counter shot by her. Let's talk about the heat. Heather Hardy in that last round. Let's see how the game plan changes after that big knockdown.
I love the response, though. Got back up, took a deep breath, thought, right, brush it off, get on with the job.
Refocus.
Get your mind back, get your focus back, get that jab back.
Go back in, stay focused, do what you're doing. You're already doing great.
Anything.
There's the bell for round 12. Got to get the momentum shift coming their way. What can they do here?
What a heavy knockdown. How are they going to come back from that? They staggered back to the corner. They've got to freshen them up, alert them again, get them back on point again. This round, they've got to coast around. Don't get involved. Give yourself another 3 minutes to get your head clear.
This fighter expending a lot of energy in this round. Starting to take some deep breaths now, but still fighting hard. Well, Johnny, has anything surprised you here as we enter the final frames of this bout?
Now this is about desire. This is about character. This is about want.
This fight a little bit closer than I think a lot of people thought.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. Just like a match made in heaven.
Well, they're going deep into the gas tank on this round. Gotta let your hands go a little bit. It's okay to be aggressive now. Her stamina is off the charts. A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. That's it, a unanimous decision win.
Unanimous? You know what? Smart that is. A total change of styles to make sure they got it. At every round in the bag, there was no argument, no discussion, no mistake. It was so obvious.